Welcome everybody to the Water of Life runner-up match. I'm joined by Lannister today. How you doing, Lannister?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Doing well. We have, I think, a pretty exciting match in store for us. A very skilled set of players. We played down from 64, I think, and these are going to be our 5th through 8th place here. These guys are going to play 2 games together. Today and tomorrow to see, duke out for those some final bragging rights. So very well-known players in the group. We have Frank in first position, Holyboss, our benevolent tournament organizer, and often featured in some of our casts. Heretic, also very strong player. In a number of games, and Habboot, I think, who's from Latin America, also came second in his very tight semifinal group. We have a very juicy research row. Oh, I think there. Go ahead. And some very powerful picks here. I think we have Holyboss in 4th position. What do you like on this row here for 4th, Lannister?
I like Beast quite a bit. Beast is always a good pick for that. I see Heretic probably choosing Leto.
Yeah.
Frank, I think, is going to take Hundro. Habboot, I'm not too familiar with, but yeah, I think Heretic will take Leto and Frank will take Hundro, I believe.
What do you think about picks in 3rd position? Third place feels awkward for some of these stronger like faction leaders, but I think Leto, I would venture to say that is good in almost every position, but I don't know if there's like anything strong in 3rd here that I'm like excited. Yeah, being behind 2nd, you know.
Yeah, the thing is, you know that 2nd place is gonna get shipping probably, or if they're giving up shipping, then you're getting shipping. So. It's a good idea in this position 3 for Leto because it allows you to faction chase. But oh wow, Paul
in 3rd.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I think there's a possibility he's aiming for the Talaxu cards rather than anything else. So yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think that sometimes the 3rd position, going for a deck builder character, is sometimes my preference because, yeah, like you said, you're behind 2nd place who's always going to be getting that shipping. We're most likely going to be getting shipping. So Baron, Tessia, Hundro go a bit lower in value for me. And so I would be happy to pick in Ilbon and Ekaz here. Like I said, Leto's flexible. Kind of surprised Helena didn't get picked over Paul. I think I would have taken her over. Yeah, because just like being unblockable to Swordmaster, very nice. Very nice in this meta. Habboot. Go ahead.
I would venture to say that Habboot's probably going to go with either Leto or Baron. Leto's a pretty good pick because it allows you to go for a easy Swordmaster type. So that's a good pick from him.
Leto very strong, I think, in the current meta, but
Ooh, Frank. What? Frank going Romber? What the hell's going on here?
Whoa, very juicy.
Does this man even know how to play Romber?
He didn't even. He snap picked it too. Yeah. So, excuse me. Frank is here for some violence, I think.
Yep.
All right, I should move the camera with the WC. All right.
See, there's a reason why I don't like that pick for Romber first position. It's because the Beast is in front of him. So the Beast will always have priority in terms of hardy warriors or whatever it may be. Like,
right.
You have a combat character in front of him. It's going to be a tough time for him, to be honest. He's going to have to get restricted ordnance, but that's only if Beast doesn't get in his way. Yeah.
And already, just like off the bat, Frank sort of going a unusual route, hitting up Wealth first action. I mean, maybe you'd think that's good enough for Romber. Just try to pick up Solari, get Dreadnoughts ASAP.
Yeah. I think
Leto's going to go a smuggling, not surprising.
I think this is a build-up round for Frank.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's pushed that way by having drawn both his faction access. Paul's going to hit Arakeen here. Yep, like you said, trying to play for either Piter or Talaxa Infiltrator. I guess in this case it's going to be Piter. Just starting to cycle his deck so that he sees his experimentations.
Wow, Frank is a full rotation on shipping.
Right. Yeah. Holyboss electing to pass that up and take the water. Curious.
It may be because he also wants to get to Talaxu.
Yeah, it seems really ambitious with no experimentations in hand, but maybe he's thinking of Research Station too. I mean, Piter is, a game warping card, and works somewhat with Beast's Ring synergy, where you don't have to be as concerned about having enough troops to activate it. We'll see what he elects to do. I'm sure Frank is happy,
No.
but he's in a difficult spot, I would say. Just first position Romber, he doesn't have like a lot of natural benefit, and then like you said, behind Beast, we'll see. There's going to be a lot of conflict between these two, and how they navigate combats is going to be interesting.
Yep.
Leto with figuring out where he's going to go is fold space.
Yeah, that's the correct spot because Paul can just wipe him out with a Arakeen visit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I would have considered picking up Spice and playing your second experimentation. Maybe he's worried, doesn't want to have to go up to get Infiltrator, but I think you want to get Spice so that your ring on next action is used, right? Because you're going to ring down on smuggling. Gets you the net benefit. Anyways, not a huge deal.
Now this is a curious decision by Heretic. He already put in 3 troops. I thought he would have put in Karthag to get that VP, but I guess he's just hoping to get the water.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of surprising, especially to hit Tech Negotiation. I guess he's just trying to get Reverend Mother.
Yep.
Go from there, but
yeah, I thought 3 troops is pretty steep cost for 1 water though.
yeah, pretty expensive water here, especially with Beast behind and no ring played. But so it goes. Habboot's gonna get to pick up Talaxa Infiltrator, a very, very powerful card, especially in second position, where you're gonna get Swordmaster first, and then you're gonna have those extra actions to catch up on shipping, and then start to ship, and be unblockable. So Leto's very happy here. Heretic gonna get Reverend Mother, a potentially game warping card. We'll see if he can deck build around it. Reverend Mother's, I guess I should show. Reverend Mother Mahayam, this ability, when it's activated, is very frustrating and very challenging to play around in the later stages of the game. It can really slow things down. Holyboss got his 2 daggers. He's going to pick up this combat. I'm sure he's very happy to only have to put in 3 troops here.
And he has a Signet next round too, and he has the water.
Right.
He's in great shape. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, great start for Holyboss.
Yep, you can just slam into Hardy Warriors and put in a Signet again, and he's back to full strength.
Yep. And another great combat for him. Terrible Purpose. I mean, it feels great to trash cards in this game, and it feels particularly good when you get to do it and score victory point. So, Leto's going to do the standard, smuggle down, and because of his ability, he's going to be able to afford his Swordmaster. Doesn't get to play that ring effect, but, he'll have lots of actions to make up for that.
Curious to see if Paul decides to block Bold Space. Nope, he is not. He's just going to deck build.
Yeah. This is a bit of a commitment, I think, by Paul. He passed up on playing Diplomacy last turn. He doesn't draw into Mohayim here, so he's not going to get the Spice. Might be a little disappointed here. We'll see, because he does need to start playing those. He's got to start, getting his faction bumps, and just, passing up 2 rotations of it can sometimes be tough if you also don't have a clear path to Swordmaster, which at the moment he does not.
I would totally slam Hardy Warriors with this.
Yep. I think Beast, you're just happy to fight here.
Yep.
You're going to be... Well, let's see.
Or at the worst case, you should Signet into Mentat. Buy some time. One or the other.
Interesting. Mentatting here. I think...
So the value of Mentatting here is that you can potentially hit the Fremen twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I would be really concerned about having to not see Ring on my next draw.
Well, the thing is, you're trying to win now, and you're trying to cut cards as well. So that does 2 for you.
Yeah, fair play. I think. Oh, when he dumps them all in, huh?
Yeah, it's the right idea. There's a Signet Ring. It says Dreadnought, so the Dreadnought's gonna cause some issues.
Yeah, but after seeing him play Dagger, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, right? But it does make Frank's decision pretty easy. He's gonna pick up the spice here and get this Dreadnought in for very likely 2nd place rewards.
Yep.
Kind of hilarious, or perhaps unusual. No interest in shipping.
Yeah.
Heretic electing to get some wealth here. I guess eye on that. Trying to get his way towards Swordmaster. I think as Habboot, you're just happy to pick up full space. Oh my goodness.
I'm a little confused by this too.
Yeah.
Lack of respect for shipping. Oh man.
This feels like an earlier, start of Immortality game where there was just that kick of okay, Ix is over. We're not shipping at all. Do you remember that phase?
I was part of that phase too.
Yeah, I think there were people were somewhat proud. We're okay, yeah, I'm just gonna win without shipping. And, I'm sorry, and then everybody was trying to do that, and going out of their way to not do it. So, yeah, very curious.
I'm still part of that group.
Yeah, well, I think players now are better at it's not their whole strategy, but I think they've identified there's still tons of value in the shipping track, and being first is always really powerful. So I think that's what is really curious about this action from Habboot, because he very likely would still be first. I guess maybe he's worried about Frank in the future. I don't know. Maybe he just wants the water and wants to threaten the spice on the Great Flat next round.
Just get the negotiated, dude. Oh, bad move.
You don't like that nuke?
Nope. He could have got negotiated, which is troop replenishment for him, and it allows him to play footsies in combat against another combat junkie. So yeah, I think negotiate would have been perfect.
Yeah, negotiate is powerful, really powerful on Beast. It's very easy for you to trigger, and it makes Frank's life a bit harder for future combats. But yeah, he's going to pick up Voice, very powerful card, Slig Farmer, and Freighter Fleet.
I would bomb here if I was Frank.
I would also bomb. Players are very low on faction access here. Another great reason to be trying to hit that fold space.
Going to be a lot of city access visits.
Yeah, there's and a lot of blocking. Players are going to have to really think about their moves because there's just a lot of overlap. Leto here, I imagine. Oh, curious. So he's going to pass fold space, but then he's going to pick up space travel. I might have picked up court intrigue, but revealing for 2 is nice. So Beast is going to pick up an early 2 points here. He's going to be very happy to also get to trash a dagger here. Very accelerated start for Holyboss.
Yep.
But lots of time for other players to catch up here. Very curious to see what Heretic elects to go for here.
Oh, what a sweet hand for Holyboss on a recovery round. You can poison Snoop for you can get a Spice Must Flow and still hit the access points.
Yeah, that's interesting. What do you think about Heretic's action here? It doesn't feel like he has a ton of great options. I guess he's just going to smuggle and try and get closer and closer to that Swordmaster.
Yep. Not a whole lot he can do. He's certainly not going to use the Mother.
Yeah, he needs that spice. Like you said, Holyboss gonna... Oh, and that's his Spice Must... Oh!
He gets the Spice. Nice.
Oh, of course. Right.
Yep, that's the correct way too.
Yep, gonna pick up 4 spice here for 1 water. Very huge. What are you voicing?
I think he may voice Conspire. Like, that's a lot of spice. It'll replenish his troops.
Right, but he doesn't need to voice it. Yeah, I like this. It's not going to have any impact. But as no one has access, and I don't think Heretic had an eye for it, but I think that's a wise move here. Just slow people down from getting more access. Play a longer game where you already have a combat victory point lead.
Curious.
So for Leto, I think you have to Arakeen here, right? Try to draw into your access. Arakeen or Research Station.
I might gamble on Research Station, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I have 3 actions, and people are going to buy things, and they're going to reveal things for me, and I can blow up the row, too. I have 3 different options.
Yeah.
And he honestly needs better cards in his hand.
Right. He's got to start taking advantage of his actions by hitting up those faction spots. This is, I think, very comfortably he can get 2 alliances this game, just with how card distribution is shaping out.
Mm-hmm.
If he's able to, yeah. Efficiently use his actions. I don't mind ringing here. He's going to go Arakeen. Don't hate it. He can always Research Station next. I am surprised to not see him put troops in. I would at least put in 1.
Yep. Totally agree. Everyone's pretty much empty except for Frank.
This is a combat that he's going to very comfortably win with blackmail. Very curious from Habboot.
Inspire. Yep. Oh, demand respect. That's going to come in handy.
Huge pull for Holyboss. Again, hoping him to cover up for some of his challenges with access. Ooh, Frank's going to pick up Poison Super and not restricted. What do you think about that?
I think that restricted was the better option, but he may be just gunning for more dreadnoughts.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah,
so, yeah. I think it's also a combination of him having reinforcements in hand, so it could also be leaving outs for himself in terms of having Conspire for the Solari that he can reinforce, because I think he drew that after he took,
but I understand your meaning. It is going to be kind of difficult for him to generate Solari, as is.
7 to buy.
This needed to be removed.
Yep.
I hope Heretic didn't make a decision based off that voice there. So Leto electing just to play his experimentation, I don't hate it, although I think we both would have liked to see a research station.
Yep, because it feels like kind of a wasted round. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
can't even play his last recon yet. He's forced to go to tech negotiation at this point.
Yeah, and pick up a mimic film.
Yeah. But there's nothing really great to buy except maybe an Ixion Engineer.
Yeah, I imagine he's gambling.
I think this buy was a mistake from Holyboss's perspective. That card's
this card's totally dead. He's hoping to play it with Slig Farmer, but it has anti-synergy with Slig Farmer. Frank, again, with a very curious choice, I would say that Twisted Mentat perhaps is one of the worst Talaxu cards. And
yeah,
he's going to pick it up here. What do you think about Twisted Mentat, Lannister?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. Twisted Mentat's more of a Illbound card just because he gets a lot of draw power, but yeah, I don't recall him buying many draw capable cards, so I think this was the wrong pick.
Yeah.
And if he was going to get that, he should have got Show of Strength or whatever that left-handed card is.
Yes. Yeah, Show of Strength. Very nice synergy.
Yeah.
You get to play it to Mentat or Arakeen, get the cards back. The problem with Twisted Mentat is you just don't have enough cards and actions to graph this and then to, ever buy Spice Must Flow, or you have like flexibility with your hand. You often end up having to use every single card. It's just very difficult to do and not get blocked and it costs 4 cubes, which
I'm actually quite concerned for Heretic's game right now.
Yeah. Yeah. He picks up a sister and an Imperial Spy. I don't know what his plan is.
Yeah, the problem I have with Heretic's composition right now is he's not going combat, which is fine, but Leto has a stronger faction-based access than him overall.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a big problem, especially since they have intertwining access. Like he just got opulence.
Mm-hmm.
So that they're gonna butt heads a lot, and I think that's a bad situation.
Yeah, I think kind of a not super great turn for Leto ends up being fantastic by picking up opulence. Like that's a win condition for him there, and he's now just very happy to play a game where he picks up his faction points, gets an alliance, and just generates Solari and cycles through his deck, trying to score as many opulence points as he can.
I think he's gonna terrorize Heretic throughout this game because he's gonna remember that the firm grip is in his deck, and he's just gonna keep hammering it. I would hope. So yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be very challenging for him to hold on to the alliance, especially with Leto, who has more actions, likely going to get shipping, etc., etc.
Unblockable shipping too.
Wait. Duke, Leto acquired a full... Yeah. Okay, great. So Leto is going to end up being first to shipping. Man, first to shipping and first Swordmaster. That feels so good.
What turn is it?
It is a late turn. It is turn 4, and no one has shipped yet. Very unusual.
Yeah. What a weird game.
Yeah, very weird game, especially because, perhaps unsurprisingly, Frank elected to pass on shipping and went to Conspire. Picked up Rapid, by the way. These guys are just churning along.
So in this situation, I think Holyboss should give up on this combat, and he should try to acquire holo projectors.
For freighter fleet synergy?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's amazing for him.
Does cycling his deck help that much?
It helps substantially because his deck is comprised of elite trash anyway, outside of freighter fleet. So yeah, I called you trash, Holyboss. Your deck is garbage.
Okay. All right, getting a little spicy here.
Yep.
Leto gonna try to pick up this combat. Is it gonna work out for him?
Nope.
Oh, let's see.
There's so much firepower there.
Yeah, Frank has so much going on with reinforcements and counterattack. Ooh, it's gonna feel really bad for Leto to play blackmail here and then still lose. Rough stuff ahead. Especially because his next action is for sure going to be shipping. Another interesting spot for Paul. Let's see what his next card is. See, like, does he want to...
Mentat. It has
no, he can't. His next card is Piter. He doesn't want to Mentat because he has no troops for it.
Well, the thing is, he can. What do you call it?
Yeah, he has to save that. Oof, so awkward. It really doesn't feel great to have bought Piter round 2 and still have not had a chance to play him.
Oh, there's that troop. Is he gonna king make this round?
Ooh, he might. That'd be curious. Yeah, very wisely just gonna keep that in there. Save that for Piter. How does Beast get holo projectors here? I don't think he can, right?
No,
replenish his garrison here. Think.
Stay out of it, dude. Stay out of it. You're not strong enough.
Yeah, throwing troops in here would be a punt.
You know you're not strong enough. There's a guy with an action behind you. You've got no combat cards.
Yeah, this would be an oversight.
Just pass your turn.
I'd say throw one in there, pick up the spice. Nothing wrong with that.
Then you can get his holo projectors next round.
I imagine he wants to save his spice for demand respect. I imagine he's going to plan to win the next combat.
No, he doesn't need to because holo projectors plus his one bump will get him the 2 spice he needs anyway.
Oh, that is true. So let's see. Frank's going to deploy his reinforcements. And with his 2 daggers. Ooh, and with his 2 daggers. That might save Habboot here from wasting his blackmail. Doesn't buy anything. I think that's reasonable. Now you have a kind of an interesting decision as Leto.
I think that he'd probably go down to get the beetle and the cube because he may still feel like there's a chance he can take this if he gets the right intrigue.
Yeah, and I think resetting your deck here is just too painful. You want to have Talaxu Infiltrator in your next draw. Oh!
Help them plenty.
That is a top deck. That is so huge. Now he's, fist pumping.
Yep.
This went 4 troops for a water and a spice to 4 troops for a victory point.
Yeah. It saved his lost investment, so.
Yep. Very big. So at the end of round 4, who would you say has the... Oh.
Frank, goodbye.
He wants that spice, okay.
Oh, I mean Holyboss, goodbye.
Yeah, makes sense. Doesn't pick up a card. Holyboss can reveal, get his bump. So end of round 4. Who do you think has the lead here?
I think Leto has a pretty good lead. He's got access to shipping. He's got infiltrator. He's got that point for that bad investment.
Right.
And, he's got an extra buy power on top of that, and he's the only person with sword. So he has Swordmaster, interstellar shipping. He's got a good number of points for this stage of the game. He can be unblockable. He has an alternate win condition in opulence. He's set.
Yeah, it is going to be a race to, try and score points through the conflict here for these combat boys to try to keep up with Leto. Wait a second, please. I wonder what he's considering.
Maybe he wants to buy something? Is that what he meant? Yeah. I think he forgot he had Memgor. Yeah.
Right, yeah. In the Mimic film, yes. We've all been there.
Yeah.
I think Throne of Politics, very strong card.
Mm-hmm. I like that card a lot. Passive bumps, or if you really feel desperate, you can cut some cards, get some troops, access.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough game for the rest of the table, I think. Leto's going to demonstrate the overall power of shipping here, even in Immortality.
I think favorite is Habboot in this situation, followed up by Holyboss, then Frank, then unfortunately Heretic.
Yeah.
Especially since like 3 of Habboot's cards are in the Imperial section, so yeah.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to pivot and go Benny here. He's finally going to get to use his Piter. But can he make lost ground? He needs to pick up a Spice Must Flow this round, right? I feel like to stay in contention.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to pick him up almost every turn at this point, and with only 2 actions.
Well, Holyboss should have a really good round. He's got his Benny combo.
Yeah, this is what he bought Clandestine Meeting to pull off for. Yeah.
He's going to get an Intrigue. I think he should be able to pull off that Beetle Bump if he really wants to go for it. He just needs to get the Solari from cashing out.
Yeah, he's going to have to smuggle first.
Yeah.
And bring down his...
it'd be worth it.
Definitely possible. Frank's up first here. Let's see how he tries to use this Twisted Mentat. Maybe he demonstrates something kind of cool here. Frank's gonna say it's Swordmaster time. Round 5 as Romber. What do you think? Swordmaster or nah?
Nah, I just go Dreadnoughts. This isn't the time, I don't think.
Yeah. I would kind of be inclined on the last game that Cheesable and I were casting that round 5 seems to be the cutoff. If you can get around 4, it feels okay. But by round 5, I think it's time to make other plans, especially because Romber can really make use of that Solari.
I have always been a huge proponent of grabbing it in round 6. Not because I hate giving up actions and stuff. It's just I'm a combat person, so
right.
The only time relevant is in the last couple of rounds. So
I do remember when I was picking up the game, you did an interview about Romber with CJ, I believe, and you were talking. Right? Was it on CJ? Oh, it was Orsky, and you were talking about how to play Romber, and I think this was like Immortality's start. You know, when like Swordmaster meta wasn't as clearly defined, and you were talking there about like being happy to plan to get Swordmaster around 6, spending your Solari early to slam those dreadnoughts and just get a lot of value.
The context of that was the timing was around the Ix tournament, so most of my advice piece was around based off of Ix. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Well, but it was just also a very different time in the game. Like, we had not spent nearly as much time with Immortality either. And I think...
Yep, that is also true.
Yeah, it'd be curious to hear your thoughts about Romburn now that people are, a bit more efficient with how the research track works and playing your experimentations and things like that. Well, hopefully that gets revisited sometime. Paul's going to very happily mentat with Piter here, draw half his deck, and get a Spice Must Flow this turn. Kind of essential here for him. And let's see how Holyboss gets off this clandestine meeting. Whether he can get a beetle from Slig Farmer. I think he has to. When you buy these cards from the road, they really have to generate points from you. Otherwise, you're just denying yourself buying beetles and getting this kind of critical 1 victory point. So he does need to make a plan to purchase something with Slig Farmer. Purchase a beetle with Slig Farmer. And then, maybe get the third one with his Shadowy Bargain.
There could be a visit to, go Conspire. Oh, no. I would have went to Haga, to be honest.
Yeah, go to Haga, Conspire, and then, tech negotiation.
Yeah.
I think right now he's just thinking Imperial Basin, tech negotiation, and then buy Holo Projectors.
Maybe he's trying to get the demand respect off as well.
Oh, could be.
Slam Hardy Warriors, and then, get the Holo Projectors.
Slam Hardy, I don't know. It feels. Would you expect to see much resistance in this combat? I kind of feel like these 2 bumps are kind of important for a lot of the table, given the pace of the game.
Yeah.
So I would expect a lot of resistance. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think Habboot's making some rather critical errors. He's leaving the Emperor available to Paul here, and that's a very big problem. It actually is gonna accelerate Heretic quite a bit, and this is going to be where that critical mistake is made. Because now he's going to have effortless Spice Must Flows, and he's going to have a lot of options available to him. This was the spot he needed to cut in and just stop Heretic.
Yeah. And play Throne Room Politics here. Yeah. It was very curious to... I think he was perhaps somewhat greedily hoping to get High Council and then cut the dagger, just not thinking about being blocked there. But wow, what an interesting choice here. So he's going to leave Hardy open, hoping that well, I guess that Frank is going to take his Swordmaster. Still kind of an interesting order of actions there. But yeah, he's going to go with Holo Projectors and try to get that Freighter Fleet value. You can set up some pretty nice combos that are hard for your opponents to anticipate by just having Freighter Fleet in hand and being able to tap it into your discard.
Yep. He should get rid of the convincing argument and hope to draw his Freighter Fleet so that it could help him drop down, have the spice available to pay for the demand respect. So.
Yep. It's a 1 in 9, but he definitely should use that. Sometimes I see players buy Holo Projectors and not tap it on like neutral turns like this where he doesn't need to buy anything, and I think it is a mistake. Like, unless there's like a very specific card you're trying not to draw, like you definitely want to increase the speed of your cycle by using it more often than not. I think Habboot, I think, kind of feeling sad about having to get into this combat with just really no other option. Oh, now feeling less sad.
What's the top deck of Paul?
What is the top deck of Paul? Paul's next card is a dagger.
Okay.
So, I wonder if I can press the prescience button. I cannot. It's unfortunate. So he's going to throw 3 troops in here. Is that going to be enough? You really don't want to play blackmail for machinations, you know? Because it just cuts the value of your combat in half.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Why draw there?
He wants to get enough for a Spice Must Flow.
Right, but oh, see, I would have just gone to selective reading here and never thought about it again. No?
I think...
Like, what is he saving his spice for? Like, he's got to trim some of these cards. He needs to see Piter again. He can't just have it sit in his discard.
I think the issue is he's kind of afraid of drawing his firm grip at the wrong time.
Right. Fair play. Yeah.
Okay. You got the Spice Must Flow?
Yep. Critical. Yeah, kind of unfortunate he didn't get to trash something else, but...
Now, Habboot really needs to step on that Imperial next turn. He has to recognize that firm grip is up next. He can't just passively allow this to happen.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he notices. I mean, he's definitely shipping, right? And where he takes the bump, I imagine that he's not going to contest it. But
yeah, this is pretty bad for the whole table. Heretic's getting a lot of acceleration this round.
Yeah, I think, but he also has a lot of ground to make up, you know.
So the good thing for Heretic in this situation is he's gonna have, from what I can see, he's gonna have the Emperor Alliance next turn. He's gonna get the Benny bump, so that's 2 points there. He's got a Spice Must Flow, so it's another point there. He can ship down and take 1 combat, pretty much, since everybody's wiped out. So he can pretty much get 4 points next turn if he plays his cards right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe seeing all the cards here that it seems very unlikely that he's able to pick up a combat point.
So the deal is, if he cashes out for troops, he'll have 2 troops. Oh, I guess he's not going to do that, but he'll have 2 troops, and he can expedite and win that combat off of that. So.
Yeah, I think that would have been the heads-up play with his cubes here to instead get 2 troops. Not even just for, a potential combat win, but also he's just got to get troops in his garrison for next time he sees Piter. He doesn't want to have another situation where he can't draw into Piter because he doesn't have a garrison. It's just, devastating.
Because the other thing is, if he had done the troops, he would have 2 troops, and then 2 troops from the shipping, and then 2 more troops for hitting the Imperial Alliance as well. So
yeah,
he would have definitely won the next combat very decisively.
This is a big denial play here, where Habboot is going to drop his blackmail to win this combat and deny Beast. What do you think about that decision?
I think it was the right play to deny, but the bigger problem right now is Heretic because of the massive acceleration he's going to get this round. He's going to have like 6 points, 7 points at the end of this round.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. If Habboot finally makes his visit to Emperor, then it might game over. But this is the critical decision making here. If he doesn't go Emperor, table screwed.
Yeah, I mean, he gets 2 bumps here. I mean, he's not getting there. Unfortunately, he doesn't draw his infiltrator. If he draws infiltrator, then he can delay and block wealth, sort of securing him the alliance. But now he's in a bit of a bind. I think he can still catch him.
I think he's probably just going to go shipping, but the right move is to block Heretic.
See, I don't know if he's as concerned, because I think in his mind he can just get the Benny alliance instead and let Heretic do his thing.
I think that's the problem in a lot of the games is you just look at the face value points.
Yeah.
But it's also recognizing the potential of your opponents as well. This is what Drazo does really well. He hides underneath the odd amount of faction bumps, and he gets them all in one round. And that's where he does his thing really well. And Heretic's doing a fantastic job as well. But yeah, this could be very painful for the whole table.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how this shakes out. Yeah, I'm curious. I think also with another non-point combat here with Cloak and Dagger, I imagine that Habboot is really just being mindful of Frank and Holyboss as his main competition. Just in that, they're going to pick up these round 3 combats, and he probably doesn't feel like he can really contend for those. So he needs to pick up other points wherever he can with as little contest as possible, instead of electing to fight Heretic, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So as you pointed out, he's going to Heretic's likely going to try to cash in his expedite here, I guess, by might be tough for him to get a Spice Must Flow.
He could always go to Research Station, but he may just go to Mentat first to see what the top card is. Depends.
Yeah, we'll see. Both of our combat brothers are going to pick up some spice here. Got to play those experimentations.
Heretic may be setting things up for next round as tier 3s are coming up. So we'll see.
Yeah, this is really kind of an unfortunate combat to fight for. And I think with this action, yeah, like I was alluding to, he's just going to try to pick up the easy stuff here. There's absolutely no contention for... Oh, my goodness. Oh, for some reason I thought he wasn't trashing card to say. Yeah, so there's really no contention for this Benny alliance. So he's going to just pick up both here. Pick up a Spice Must Flow and an Opulence point. Oh my goodness, what a turn coming up for Habboot.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa. I do not like that choice.
I think it's the setup play as I was describing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So he's holding off. He's definitely holding off to try and set up a big wombo combo for next turn and give himself a shot at winning a round 3 combat. Which I admire. I think that is the play to win move here instead of the play for second.
Yep.
So good on Heretic. Holyboss is going to tap. Try to look for maybe some access. What is he looking for? Maybe just cycle his deck. Oh, looking for his ring, obviously. But no ring to be found. With 2 actions, you might just hit Arakeen here. Gonna pick up some water instead. Gotta start replenishing that garrison.
Is there a troop transport? I can't see.
There is. There's a
I think
troop
you
transport.
should have grabbed that.
And set up for our next round.
Or even this round. He's going to get the drop down, right?
He is. Yeah, that's a great point. I don't know if...
He has one more action to do, so he may...
Yep, Cloak and Dagger... Yeah, this bump is important to Beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
He needs 4 bumps.
He's going to get 3 if he... Or 4. 3 if he wins this fight, yeah, because of demand respect.
Right. Troop transport down. Yeah, I mean, that's a well-spotted play, Lannister, I think. Yeah, plan a little bit ahead. Take this troop transport, come down, plan to win the combat. And when you come down, get the Fremen Alliance so you can have Allied Armada just in case. That, right, that's 2.5 points. 3 points, depending on where he places his bump from that action.
Yeah, so he'll get 1 bump for shipping.
Yeah.
1 for combat. 2 for demand respect, so that's 4 bumps. Yeah, that'd be a pretty sick round.
Yeah, very much needed. Although, yeah, I think maybe he tries to do something. I would say there's a non-zero chance that when he reveals freighter fleet, he goes up here and tries to have this set up for next round. But we'll see.
I think it would be a good idea for him to contest the Benny Alliance. You can technically cut right in front of it. So.
You think so? I think he's just going to lock in Fremen here.
Oh no, I mean he can get his Fremen, but he'll have 3 bumps to spare, right?
Right.
And thing, because if he wins this combat, he'll get the 3 bumps in Benny, so he'll get 2 intrigues in hand, 1 more for the Benny Alliance, and he's second to go. So being second to go, you're not likely to be stolen from.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've seen Holyboss play a good bit, and he just doesn't strike me as much of a fighter in these situations. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. What a couple of pulls here. Really? Really, really nice turn. 8, 9. My gosh. This was almost a round 6 win.
Almost. Well, so much for that Benny play.
Yep. Wow. It's gonna, yeah, he's gonna pick up a Spice Must Flow, Opulence. This game's looking pretty over. Yeah, miracles needed here. Whoa. Okay.
Yep.
No more waiting. It's time to go.
He sees it's pretty much over. He needs to do something. Yeah, I don't disagree with this.
Yep. Heretic recognizing that there's, with the Mimic Film, Opulence, there's at least 2 points coming in. Green doesn't have any incontestables. Just time to just score as many as you can. Set yourself up so that in your next match, you have an opportunity.
If the viewers are wondering why he left that 1 troop, it's for Piter.
Right. And this is a half-point combat, right? So this isn't going to require everything, especially since he is going to play his Bene Gesserit sister as daggers here. I think Holyboss, Zach is just going to pick up Spice here and hope to highliner his next combat. Ooh, picks up a quid pro quo.
Not so good on him. He doesn't have much.
Yeah, he's a...
He can quo 1, maybe?
Yeah, really. This, feels like a dead card when you really only have Diplo for access.
You can buy Jameis, but he's pretty much at the Fremen already, so I don't see the point.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he can't even afford Jameis.
It's gonna be tough, I think, for his next round's gonna be tough. All these things all cost too much spice, and he's gonna want a highliner.
Yep.
It's a bit unfortunate. Ooh, these boys are gonna tie here. They both have a sister and a dagger, and a convincing, a little mirrored reveal here. So Heretic's gonna reveal for his 9 with his points here. Pick up his opulence. Table, I'm sure, is collectively groaning. And yeah, we'll see if there's some round 3 shenanigans. Let's see, even if there was Grand Visions next round, can Leto be stopped? I don't think so.
What's in Habboot's drop pile?
His last card is Liaison.
Okay.
Yeah. So Zach is going to go down here. Just lock in his lines. Just like we were talking about, it's time to score some points. I wonder if there's any chance Heretic passes here. Do you need this? I think so, right? It's time to play your ambush.
He needs it.
This is the only combat you have any chance of winning, so...
Frank has to give this one up.
Yep, I think it would be a mistake from Frank to counter here. Frank's going to need to get 2 points from... Oh! Out of spite, perhaps.
Yeah.
That...
They're going to have a discussion about that.
Yeah. That might not be a play to win move.
That was more of like a, you made me commit. Look at that.
Yeah, screw you.
Yeah.
I
love it. These two guys are really good friends.
Yeah.
Really good friends of mine too.
Yeah.
We always like to cuck each other.
Yes. There is a lot of history between a lot of these players. A lot of reps. Yep, and perhaps I cast or curse it a little bit there, but we are going to have a Grand Visions. Much of the dismay of Romber and Beast. What do you think about the balance of Grand Visions, Lannister?
I want to kill somebody every time I see this combat. How is it worth less? It's like the same value as Machination.
It is devastating.
I like Machinations more than I like that one. Seriously.
Right. Just being able to get your bumps in different places is huge, especially when you're round 7. I think. How would you balance Grand Visions?
I don't know, 3 bumps anywhere you want them at the very least, like that. Give me that.
Right.
I'll take that over a double bump. Like you're basically saying, if you win this combat, you can get a power play. Nice.
Yeah, it feels so bad, especially there are, like Holyboss and like Frank, they are banking on scoring points round 7, potentially round 8 through combat, and this is just they rolled the 1 in 5, is it, to basically block them out from having any chance in this game.
Yep.
So in a tighter contest, this would be dreadful, truly dreadful.
I think if I were Heretic, I'd be eyeing to utilize the Mother. I gotta stop Leto from getting that Spice Must Flow. So I think we may see the Mother in action this round.
Yeah, I don't think so, because his sister's in his discard, unfortunately.
Still has a Mentat available to him.
Yeah, very curious he did not Mentat first. Like, what's up with that?
I think, yeah,
I guess he's
2 people with water.
With water? Yeah. I guess, yeah, not getting the Mother off, unfortunately. Yep. There has been a lot of talk, I feel like, about some tweaks that would be made. Certain cards, reworking things. But I don't think anything is as pressing as, addressing Grand Visions.
Yeah. Grand Vision and economic supremacy are a load of crock. I mean, how can there be something where you're fighting for your life, and you can still only somehow get 1 point, or that second place with one troop can get 1 point. Like,
Yep. I think it's, this is a game that has had multiple revisions, and more content added on. And I didn't play base game. Did you play base game, Lannister?
I did.
Was Grand Visions part of base game?
Grand Vision, I believe, was not. I don't think. I don't
Okay,
recall.
that's curious. Because I can just imagine that, in an earlier time where there was less, powerful combinations, there was less faction access flying around, where the Imperial row was more static, that Grand Visions could be, still worth a point, and less consistently a dead turn, sort of a dead combat. I feel like I play a lot of Immortality games where Grand Visions comes out and all 4 alliances are already locked in. So you can't even take a point away from somebody. And that's just like, ugh, devastating.
What Grand Vision usually ends up being is 2 intrigues. One for the combat, one for the Benny.
Yeah. And that just ain't right. That just
Yeah.
ain't right. We'll see what the players sort of try to do here. I think, everyone's best choice is to try and block. Try and block Leto from getting what he needs to score this last point here to hopefully stall it one more round. It's going to be difficult, but so far everyone is working together to block those draw spots.
I think it's in everyone's interest for them to essentially allow Frank to take this combat.
And try to contest spacing?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yep. If you're playing to win, you have to allow, like, either Paul or I don't think Paul has the capacity for it, so it ends up being more of a Frank thing. But yeah, Frank needs to be the one that's winning combat. I think everyone needs to basically step aside and do the blocking actions.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only argument against that is looking at Holyboss's situation and just, with demand respect, he wins this. He gets 3 points, right?
But what is 3 points, right?
Right. Sure. Well, I mean, that's so now we're back to talking about format and the fact that he wins 3 points. He maybe comes in second, gives himself a better situation for the next game to eventually come out first in this best of 2.
I guess there's some merit to that. It's just
it's a tough calculation. It's a tough calculation for sure.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to talk with the players after this and see, how their mindset might have changed or what they were thinking about in this last round and how they're playing around Grand Visions here.
I think that if I were Frank, I would try to grab that spice traders or whatever they're called, the right side. Get that bump there. Bypass protocol.
Yeah.
Use bypass protocol to get the spice smugglers. I can't quite see.
Yes, it is spice smugglers. That's correct.
Yeah, so that does 2 things for him. It helps him get the 7 Solar he needs. It helps him get the Space and Guild bump. And yeah, it signals to the group what his intention is. And so they should all basically step aside at that point.
Right. Well, this is where table talk, I think, is important. And yeah, I think you have to communicate here. Because Beast is very capable of winning this combat. And Frank probably has to make a strong case for, hey, let me win this so we can play on. We'll see if that comes to fruition here. But I gotta say, another really heads up play you called out there, Lannister, because picking up the Spice Smugglers does also activate this Chome Shares. So Good catch.
Thanks.
Let's see what. So he's going to tap out his experimentation. Don't mind it. I guess he's done. He's getting his beetle point. What is he doing? Oof. Nothing feels good.
He shouldn't dive into this.
He's gonna. And he's gonna pick up some more intrigues.
This is the wrong move.
Oh, and he's just gonna pile them all in there. Yeah.
He should have gone to Imperial. Oh, doing it? Is he doing it?
Nope, he is not. I don't think Frank sees it. It is a very... It's a tough play to see. I will say that it probably does get blocked at this point. Now there's only one city space left. Maybe he doesn't even get the spice smugglers off. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
But...
Well,
alas.
The good thing is he still has Sonic Snoopers, so maybe there's something that can rescue them.
Yeah. Bypass protocol, which, would have just let him put it on top. Not great to draw this late, but we'll see if he finds a creative way to use it. I imagine he's just planning to snoop that. Try to find some end games. Leto.
Yeah. That's the only one that really was in danger, so yeah, that's the right move.
Very wise. I think it'd be greedy to power play to Emperor or Fremen there. But what he's also saying is that, hey, we're playing one more round, kids. And I'm sure the table's... Well, actually, we know he's saying that. The table doesn't. But I'm sure everybody's excited to see that. Well, Holyboss is going to win this and pick up a good number of points.
He might or might not. Depends. Because the thing is...
The power of Desert Ambush coming through?
Yep. He's gonna...
Oh, he has no cubes, actually, so never mind.
Well, we'll see. If he gets to dispatch the Envoy, that's a whole different...
Ooh. Notorious. Yes, it would. Especially since you, in a cast with me, said it was the worst intrigue in the deck. It would be hilarious if it comes through big here. Although, admittedly... Oh.
That's just painful.
Insult to injury. I guess it gets him a beetle. It gets him his beetle point. So, he got a point. Can't be too unhappy with that.
You'll get your detonation device for next turn? I don't know.
Tough. Well, huh. Interesting.
Oh, he wants to swap out his spacing guild.
Swap it out. I see. So Lannister's talking about...
Oh.
What?
Why is he keeping that?
That had to be a mistake, right?
Yeah. Or maybe he's just thinking he needs that for Solari? I'm confused.
Or maybe he just thinks that he's fine to play the experimentation next turn and not think about it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is just rude. I would say that it's like not been a particularly... Well, whatever. Grand Conspiracy gonna give Leto an extra point on top. Quid pro quo might allow him to also steal another alliance before this is said and done. Very easily can ring.
This is actually pretty bad for Habboot. because he has 4 intrigues and he can't dump them.
Pretty bad.
So I'm thinking Frank's gonna be eating a lot of breakfast.
What makes you say that? I think Frank has more pressing matters, unfortunately. I think he's got to hit still suits. And I think Frank also probably needs to prioritize hitting combat spaces next round.
I don't know, man. Three for one. If I'm down to that, I might go for the 3 for 1.
3 for 1. 3 for 1 does sound pretty good. I think Zach is going to play around it here. Well, I mean, sorry, Zach for sure is getting rid of Demand Respect here.
Yep, so, but he's going to get one back.
Yeah, and then he's going to play Master Tactician to ensure that and retreat 2 of these troops. I mean, there's no other reason for him to put so many in, right? Or maybe he plays it for swords to win. Yeah. Well. So we play one more round. Do we see another path to victory for any of these other players? I see Heretic with a few dangling points here, but...
Heretic has 2 points, 3rd point. Okay, so he has 2 bumps he can get. He can get a Spice Must Flow. He can get his last Beetle point with the 7 Solari for 2 bump.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has the qualifications of that intrigue in his hand, so he actually can overtake Habboot, as I was saying.
That'd be wild.
This could be pretty bad for Zach.
Zach's electing on violence, electing to commit violence. He didn't use his cubes up here. That was a mistake. That's going to hurt him. He's also sitting with 4 intrigues, and you might be very right. I think Frank is going to pick up 3 intrigues here. When was the last time you saw someone holding 7 intrigues?
Well, it could be him first. He technically needs it too, so...
Yeah.
He's got more pressing matters, but yeah, it's tough.
It's tough to say now. Well, he needs... Yeah, obviously Highliner is going.
Yep, Frank's instantly going to go to Secrets.
What's funny, if he pulls Grand Conspiracy... Well, it's not enough. He doesn't have...
Mark?
Yep. It's a dead card for him. Now it's not as appealing. Now I think shipping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shipping is just way too good. Gets his Firmin bump. Gets his Solari. Gets troop transports.
Yeah, he has to win this fight.
Unfortunately, it is not going to be possible for him to win this versus Holyboss's 10 swords in hand. But he will try. I think Habboot has another beautiful turn. Very simple to execute as well.
Smuggling.
Smuggle, get your opulence.
Oh, this is huge for Heretic.
Huge, but and he's going to get to Mentap. Actually, I don't know if he even wants to. He's just going to go up there, pick up a point, and then play firm. He's got to play firm grip first, I guess.
Yep. He might just use firm grip on tech negotiations.
Really?
Right.
Oh, see, this is the problem with two actions in a spell like this. He needs to do three things. He just can't afford it. He doesn't know that his alliance is actually safe. Actually, he could know that. He could look into
He,
Holyboss's discard and see that he has no more access. Maybe he doesn't have to worry about this at all.
so he knows that he needs to grab flagship because
Absolutely.
Frank has a substantial amount. So yeah, he's gonna negotiate. Oh, he's gonna defend.
He's defending. Yeah. I don't like. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think defense gets you much.
Yep. Frank's very happy, and flagship showing up on the row actually allows him to win this combat, which actually does it. It's going to be very close.
It'll all depend on what his recall will get him after.
Yeah, he's going to run out of actions. He doesn't have enough cards with Twisted Mentat, and
We may see him go to selective breeding. Maybe.
I think he's going to pick it up first and then maybe go selective. Ooh, what? Is he giving up on... So he's not fighting the combat? Or he's giving up on Chome shares, one or the other. Okay. Habboot saying I can't do any better than this, and I think that's fair. He's going to end this game with 13 points. Yeah, this is a scramble for second place from the rest of the table. Huh. Heretic is going to selective breeding and draw here, I think. That makes a lot of sense. He is short. Oh, no, he is not. With Talaxu Puppet, he's going to be able to get his Spice Must Flow. And so he'll end this game at 9. Respectable. Holyboss is going to draw as these players just kind of scramble.
Oh,
Could be a big...
this is rough.
Yeah. There's a 1 in 4 chance here. He picks up a VP. Oh, that was the only one he did not want to see.
Maybe he gets another intrigue.
Yeah, but Grand Conspiracy is a point. War Chest or Vicious Talents might be enough swords. I mean, Vicious Talents might have been enough swords to... Oh, no, maybe not. Actually, I think it would have given him an opportunity to win this combat with his recall. I've never been in a scenario but like this where he only has 1 card. Can he Ixion Probe if he doesn't have 2 cards to discard?
No, he cannot.
Tragic.
He might just go back
Really?
to secrets.
Yeah, he... What else is...
Unless he feels confident that his strength is sufficient, but with 0 combat cards, I don't think so. Because he can only put in 6 strength. Yeah, it's not enough. There's no point. He just hit secrets. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. He has his flagship, but he gives up a...
Yeah, he's not giving up Chum shares here. Tough Tough for him to have used Snoopers last round with all these intrigues in hand. Surely he knows that's not enough.
He has hit secrets.
Nope.
Then he's wasting his thing. Alright, at least use the quid pro quo.
Right. Yeah, he's going to do that. Ooh!
Huge. Huge.
Oh!
Takes his alliance. Top decks the alliance deal. Just do it. Just do it.
At this point...
Because he has to commit more troops anyway.
So now he's for sure giving up Chome shares. Dope, says a super not tilted Holyboss. That is so devastating, because now Frank wins this combat. Frank wins this combat. Holyboss's allied armada is no longer active. So I did misspeak when I said that pulling quid pro quo was the worst one. Frank somehow finds a way to make it work.
Boss is on tilt. Forgot his beetle bump point.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he knows he's dead last here, unfortunately. And that is it. That's a bad feeling.
Damn. To have
they're gonna let him do it. But what a swing!
Have your allied armada deactivated at the last possible second. Oh, that really hurts.
Right. Oh, and he's gonna try to play it, and he can't.
Womp womp.
Yep, womp womp indeed. Frank making a very impressive push for second here. It's gonna just not be. Well, I mean,
that top deck saved his butt so much.
that was a powerful move. Otherwise, Heretic would have come in second here. Very quiet second place too, with 2 actions. Pretty impressive stuff. But as is, we are wrapped up here with Habboot taking a clean victory, demonstrating power of early Swordmaster and shipping, just having more access to everything.
Uncontested shipping for like a long time.
Yeah, just those 3 rounds, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, super powerful. All right, why don't we hop in and speak to our contestants?
Sure.
Oh, actually, I don't need to submit this. Okay, we will cut this part out, I hope. All right. Hopping over.
It was a point for a
Classic-
point,
classic
but I
Frank
mean,
luck.
I did block the allied armada, right? I don't know. I kind of annoyed at myself because I should have played this first. I was thinking it. I was looking away for a second, and I was like, "No, fuck! I played my Minted. I should have drawn. I could draw another card." But when I saw like Habboot was on 12 or something, I was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna hit. Not gonna catch that." I was like hoping 11 ish, and then tie break stuff.
Lanny, GVX, did you guys see a line on turn 7 for me to try to end it? I couldn't find it.
No, I think you
No.
played as well as you could. I mean,
Yeah.
like outside of a Spice Must Flow, but your alliance is potentially in danger. No, you did everything.
I think the table worked well to deny you access to draws.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was saying to the guys. Like I got blocked from every possible draw that turn.
Yeah.
So I just said, okay, I'll just lock the alliances and not score anything and see the next turn.
Yeah. I think, with intrigues in hand and with opulence coming up, you didn't really need to worry about it.
Yeah.
pretty brutal Grand Visions, though. I mean, Lannister and I had a pretty healthy discussion about how bad this combat feels, but especially when you have two combat sort of focused leaders, when both your strategies are centered around this round 7 combat, just really devastating.
Yeah. It's
and when first is like not in combat and they're so far ahead, it's just game's handed it over.
Right.
When it comes, you are already maxed out on the tracks, usually. So it always sucks.
Yeah.
Even before, it used to suck before because it's only 1 point usually, but now it's even worse because you sometimes you don't even get a point.
Right.
Yes. Sometimes you have to win the combat just to not lose a point, which is irritating.
Yeah.
For me, I felt like the biggest mistake was from that big fight that Frank and Heretic had, where they ended up tying each other. That was
yeah. We wanted to ask you about that. Frank, what that counterattack? That was not nice. What was your thinking there?
I've been playing a lot with Folk Death. I was just, why not?
Too much Folk Death.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, there was something during the game that changed everything. I got extremely lucky because I got the stage incident right before that combat that I was gonna lose. I didn't have it in hand, and I drew it exactly at the time.
We saw that. That was huge.
Yeah.
And did you have blackmail for long before you played that one as well?
He had a long time.
That was
okay.
From
Wait,
first.
so then you didn't play it
because I couldn't win with it.
Yeah, he drew first round Carthage.
The one that he staged, right?
So the one that he staged, at the best he could tie.
Yeah, he could only tie.
Yeah.
Oh, I miscalculated in my head then.
Yeah, it was 8-4.
I thought he lost by 4, and I thought if he had a 5 dagger, he would have played it.
At best, he could tie in that situation, so that was pretty much the best result he could get. He got a spice for
Stages, it was huge. Heretic, how do you feel your game went? We were both surprised you picked Paul in 3rd position here. Is it just like comfort for you, or was there something that pushed you towards that selection?
No, it was the Python.
Just Python?
Yeah. I actually
you can easily cycle into Python.
I thought you were gonna go with Leto, to be honest, and Frank, I thought you were gonna go with Hundro. So both of you surprised the hell out of me. I didn't even know you played Romber.
Thought someone was Hundro.
I was like, I like restricted ordinance, even though I didn't get it. Like, it's also like the game, right? But if I can get restricted ordinance with red, with Dreadnoughts is so stupid. That's
right.
2 Dreadnoughts 12 power. I was like, okay.
You snap picked Romber. Didn't even think about it. I am surprised.
I was thinking about Romber when others picked. I was like, and I can't see what they picked, so I was like, nah. If Romber's out there, I'm gonna pick it up. So
okay, well, it worked out. Zach, just a kind of a tragic situation with the round 7. Is there something like does your strategy change like when you see grand visions like that? Was there anything that went through like, okay, I have to pivot here, or you're just like, oh, it's fucking doomed?
No, I mean, like before that, I think it was. I'm trying to think if there was really a line for any of us to win that game on round 7, anyways. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna win with these 3 cards anyway. So
you picked this up in front of me. I was like, please don't pick it up, Slick Farmers.
I used to find points. I mean,
I was
wasn't gonna do it.
I thought that Benny card you bought was a mistake.
I mean, what else was I gonna buy? I needed influence. There was no faction cards on the row. This combo obviously sucks, but I mean, it ended up getting me this.
Yeah, it ended up worth half a point.
Yeah, I mean, I hate this card. I'm surprised I even got it off once, but.
Yep, that's part of why when I told Falkdab like that Slick Farmer was a garbagey ass card. This is exactly why.
No, I think this card's actually decent. Like in my situation, it was terrible. Then I got a little bit out of it, but I mean, I needed something. Like I was so far behind on playing experimentations too, so I ended up needing this for the one beetle as well. But yeah, I don't see how I'm supposed to.
I wanted that Slick Farmer
with this crap.
for the Solari, not for the points. You know, it's like just for that extra generation for dreadnoughts and High Council.
Right. Yeah.
I knew you'd want the Solari too, and I needed it at that point too. I think it's around 3 or whatever when I was needed to make sure I was going to get Swordmaster.
I think my deck actually was a full reset, and I had a full space or two, and I was like, if I draw it with a full space, I was thinking before you bought it, and it was like just crushing my hopes because
full space Slig Farmer is the wet dream of the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is the dream.
What?
I mean, even with Diplo, it's just a free beetle. To be honest,
right.
But.
Yeah, I think it's a very flexible and usable card. I think it's just a bit sad with Clandestine. Frank, what do you think about Twisted Mentat here? We were both surprised to see you pick it up on the row. I think Lannister and I both rated pretty poorly, and it kind of made your hand awkward, I think, in this final round. What do you think?
In final round, I misplayed it as well, but
yeah,
I like it because I feel like Rumber is one of those heroes that doesn't get all of his actions off every time, and it's like always because it's so awkward to go get a Dreadnought or all those places where you don't really get points or get any actions towards a point, right? That's why, and also Rumber is a combat hero and it's just a Mentat.
Right.
And if you can delay the combat, you can kind of see how much power you need to put in.
Yeah,
right. Sense. And I think the problem with the card that you kind of ran into, and admittedly you could have selected Breeding first, but just like not having to graft and not having enough cards meant you actually couldn't use the full effect of that delay.
Yeah, I mean, if I played it differently, like if I go for Sisters up to, I was like selective, or like I'm always picking a greedy line, right? So I could go here. But when I saw a flagship, like everything, turned into flagship, I was like, okay, that's a huge.
Right, it's huge. I mean, flagship scored was 3 points, right? It won you this combat and was a point itself. All right, well, it was a very fun game to watch, guys. We'll look forward to your match tomorrow. Best of luck, and yeah.
Oh, we're playing back to back. Oh shit! So yeah, okay. Everybody on Habboot, get down.
But this time, Frank, you're gonna show up on time, right?
Yeah, for real. Early.
Yeah. I'll same time, like normal time, right?
Exactly. 4:30 though, so
4:30.
A half hour earlier than same time.
Yo, I treat Frank like a good friend, and he just like slams the call on me as soon as I call him. I was like, oh man.
I was very loud, It's like Discord where calls are improportional loud on my computer.
All right, well played, guys, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, later.
Bye. Thanks for the game.
All right, and that's going to be it from us, guys. Sorry for a little bit of profanity there towards the end, but this is a very enjoyable match, and we'll be covering their second runner-up match tomorrow as well. So catch you all very soon.